Greetings from Storybrooke. I'm Bill Meeks.
And I'm Gus and Jacques.
And this is the one place in hell where even the devil is afraid to go. We should all be scared. This is death itself. This is a fight we cannot win. We also talk about ABC's hit series, Once Upon a Time. How you doing tonight, Jacques? Or Anne-Marie.
Just great.
My illustrious co-host, Anne-Marie.
Where is the rum?
Here it is.
Magic juice. Magic juice.
Magic juice. I'm doing good.
I know what you're thinking, though. You're like, didn't these guys close off their podcast with a really emotional 2-hour episode last week? Well, guess what? We're back for one more because we're going to bring on a bunch of our listeners to talk about Once Upon a Time Season 5 in its entirety. Before we bring them on, though, Anne-Marie, we have a couple little pieces of feedback that came in after the podcast ended last week that we figured we'd go ahead and get to because if not, now win.
Exactly.
So,
okay. First one, I'm guessing this was a YouTube comment. ROG Vortex 58 says, Hook is a character Anne-Marie never wastes an opportunity to diss. This is one of the things about this podcast I definitely will not miss. Thank you.
I agree
Thank
with
you
your
so
feedback, Rog Vortex, and it's been my main. It's why we canceled the show. Honestly,
basically. He hates me, so we quit the show.
Yeah, I'm just like, if she can't see that, Emma Swan and Captain Hook are true love, then we can't do the show anymore.
Oh my God, let the man die.
It only took 3 years after the Great Shipping War.
Let him die. Let him die.
Okay, but thank you for your
last minute feedback.
I was going to say constructive criticism, but maybe a little too late. Maybe if you had said that a couple of years ago, maybe we could have fixed it.
No, you want to know what would have happened? It would have made me amp it up.
Probably. But we also have a voicemail real quick to play from Unseen Viewer, our good friend Tim. Take it away, Unseen Viewer.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Anne-Marie. This is Tim, also known as Unseen Viewer in the chat. Now, I haven't been in the chat for very long, but you guys know me. I've been a fan of yours since, practically since you started in Season 2. Anyways, so I'm very sad to hear that you guys are stopping podcasting about Once Upon a Time, and I just thought I would, call and say that, but I also thought I would call and, try to sing a little song that I had once written about Once Upon a Time just because I thought I should. I'll see if you guys know it. Once upon a time, 28 years ago, there was a wedding between David and Snow. You found me. You found me, you found me, me. But then the evil queen came bursting through the door. She said they couldn't have no happiness no more. The dark curse, the dark curse, the dark curse. Emma's long gone. Then she met Henry. Then she realized magic's in her family. But I knew you had magic when you walked in. When you said her name, I knew you had to be Rumpelstiltskin. Not just Mr. Goldo. I knew you had magic when you walked in. With that turnover, she should have just thrown it into the trash bin. Now Henry's lying on the cold hard ground. Oh, magic. Oh, trouble. So, yeah, I wrote that.
That was such a transition too. He's like, sing. So, yeah.
Because I heard that Taylor Swift song and I thought it went because it started with the phrase Once Upon a Time. And I just thought I'd share it with you because I know you guys like songs.
We appreciate it.
Totally.
So I'll see you guys on Gotham and on Lost. Bye.
Woo!
Excellent. We will see you there too.
That was epic.
Yeah, definletely. I'm so glad we decided to play that at the top of the show.
Oh my gosh, I needed that.
Definitely.
Hardcore.
Okay, so now let's see here. Why don't we go ahead and bring on our guest? Anne-Marie, you want to introduce everyone one at a time?
Okay. First up, we've got Hoops. Tony, welcome back to the show.
You have to unmute yourself.
You're muted,
Hoops.
dude. There you go.
Hey.
How are you guys all doing?
Excellent.
We're good. How are you?
Great to see you again. It's been a few weeks, not 170 episodes or whatever,
Yes.
140 episodes,
We were
but a
much
few
more
weeks.
quicker this time.
Okay, and who do we have up?
Next, we've got Elizabeth or Liz.
How's it going, Liz?
She's like all in the dark there. Hi.
How are things? What was that?
I need better lighting.
A little bit. It's okay.
Well, you could use some lighting. Do you have like a lighter or something? But
no, don't do a lighter. Don't.
Yeah, then you might catch your hair blue flames. It would be bad. Yeah. How are things out in California?
What?
How are things out in California?
Cloudy.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Joke.
My audio is messing up, guys.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you want to try and reconnect in or just turn off your video, that might help too. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead to our next guest. Who's our next guest?
Next up, we've got Hope.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Hi, Hope.
It's going really well. Though I want to say about Tim's song. A long time ago, in season 2, someone made a Once Upon a Time video with song, but it was with something like ghost. I knew trouble around me. And there's something on the whole down. Melissa screaming in that video. Thank you for the reverberation. I can actually hear myself now.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I forgot to hit a button.
There's a big giant thing
that
on the dock that says undo sound thing.
I know, and I didn't undo the sound thing.
Way to be.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, doing good. I should find that video for you so you can put it in your show notes because it's hilarious.
We like things like that.
Definitely do. Okay, who's up next?
Next up, Bobbert.
Bobby. This is like an all-star cast.
It really is. It's Bobby from Bradenton.
How's it going, Bobby? Bobby from Bobbington.
Bobby from Bobbington.
How's it going?
We're good. How are you?
Same I was last night.
It's not like we don't hear from Bobby
all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
I like it.
Even though he lives on the wrong side of Florida, it's okay.
The wrong side of Florida.
The wrong side of Florida.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
Central Florida's where it's at.
He is Central Florida. He's just on the coast.
Side at all.
No, we're in the middle.
We don't have to choose a side. We're just
Switzerland.
Exactly.
We're Switzerland.
We're the neutral part of Florida. Okay, nice. And we have one more guest left, Anne-Marie.
Last but certainly not least, Amy P.
Amy, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
We are excellent. Getting ready to wrap things up here, but you had a rough day, so we're going to try and bring some levity to the situation for you because you need it.
Gotta be happy.
Yes, I do.
And you have assured us that despite historical precedents, there will not be a phone call interrupting tonight's broadcast, which is good.
It might be a first.
I know. I even went as so far as muting my cell phone. So.
Nice. Nobody can just randomly text you and call you and be like, "Hey, what you doing, girl?" And you'll be like, "I'm on a podcast. Go away."
Excellent. Well, I think
it's a miracle, but okay.
I'm gonna now text her just for that.
Yeah. Everyone call Amy. No one has. Her number is 555-1212.
555 Amy.
555 Amy.
There you go.
Okay, so let's see here. We'll go ahead, and I guess we should go ahead and get started with our main discussion here.
Sure.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go around the room. First of all, season 5. Overall,
as a whole,
what did you think? And we'll start with eeny, meeny, miny, Bobby. Go ahead, because you always start off the feedback. So. Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
I know. I realized that. I was trying to. Sorry. Did I like season 5? There was a lot of things I liked about it. I liked most of the story, but I think I've said over and over again that I just felt like it didn't gel. It didn't make any sense.
Thank you.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, when you actually try to sit back and think about, there were great story moments and character moments, but as a whole, I've got to say it didn't hold up.
Fair enough.
I believe it.
Fair enough. Okay, let's see here. Next up, Liz, what did you think about season 5 overall? You will have to unmute. There you go.
Yeah, sorry. Overall, I don't know. Oh God, I don't even know. I had a love-hate relationship with it. I have a lot to say about Hook later. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I like that. What did you think about the show? I really don't know what to say. I'm good with that.
Everything you need to say later on in the episode is in that wine glass, so keep on drinking.
Keep on trucking.
Nice. Okay, Hope, what did you think about season 5 overall?
You know, after season 4, where I just went through a lot of hatred of Once Upon a Time, and I was always angry, and I was upset with the Frozen arc and everything, and while Queens of Darkness was okay, I finally hit this realization that it was not fun to watch Once Upon a Time when I was that angry at it anymore.
Yeah.
So I took on this mindset that it's the best soap opera on TV, complete with weird pregnancies and evil twins and like dramatic storylines. So it's just, I think I had a lot more fun this season, because I was looking at it like the best soap opera on television, not like this drama I used to love. So I actually really enjoyed season 5 because I just stopped caring. So it was a lot of fun.
Maybe that's where we went wrong.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that's one thing I'm hopeful for now that we won't be doing the podcast for it, is that maybe we'll be able to appreciate it a little bit better since we're not sinking, 4 hours a week into it every week.
4+ hours, yeah.
I was still critical of it, but at the same time, like, I wasn't as critical as I have been in the past. And so, like, when they actually did something super clever or something really good, I was actually generally surprised by it.
Yeah.
So I had fun, even though there was a lot of really low points. Like, I was surprised they didn't bring in sharks to jump.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically. And, there's always that Canadian bootleg situation.
Yeah. We can't forget the Canadian bootleg.
Nope.
Girl.
Okay, Amy, what did you think of season 5 overall?
I liked it.
Heathen! No, I'm kidding.
She likes it for all of us.
I liked parts of it. I mean, there were episodes I liked, and there were episodes that I didn't so much like. I mean, I guess that could be said for a lot of seasons. But, I mean, it's just not... I've just kind of noticed it's not the same as the first couple of seasons were.
Right.
It just... I mean, it didn't... I usually tend to think... It leaves me thinking a lot of the time at the end of each episode, like theorizing and stuff like that. I'm not really coming up with surprises and everything. I think the biggest surprise this season to me was the whole evil Hook thing. That was probably the only thing I didn't see coming. And I see some spoilers and stuff, but even then I'm still surprised most of the time.
Maybe the biggest surprise, there was another place to eat in the underworld. That was the greatest surprise of season 5.
Yeah.
I will definitely agree with you, though. It felt like, where for the first 4 seasons, even with the Frozen stuff and everything, it was really a show that kind of, at least for me, unlocked my imagination and got me thinking about this world and the possibilities of it.
You didn't have to do that this season.
Yeah, season 5 didn't have that aspect to it.
Nope.
But Hoops, what'd you think of season 5 overall?
Season 5 for me I would have to say it was a bit of a emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
At one moment it was like, yay, great, and, oh no, just like that. Like there was just like just a lot of ups and downs for me. I mean, like as far as it goes, what I have written down here, I mean, like I love the episode of Nimue, basically when we figured out, the chalice of magic of, and Merlin his powers and things like that. That had like hands down just like one of my favorite episodes. And just the whole introduction on things like that. I mean, as much as people have said that they didn't see things coming or didn't know that things were going to come and they would just come out of nowhere. My surprise moment was basically when Merlin's lover was the first dark one. I didn't see that coming, and I thought that was really great in my opinion. Like I said, I mean, this season really had me on an emotional roller coaster. And when I say, I mean, we were up, and there were lots of times when we were down. So I mean, hey, I'm hoping, I'm hoping for a better season, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Very true.
It remains. It lives in the future. It's unclear though. Like
It's
all
a little
prophecies,
fuzzy.
it's a little fuzzy.
It's a little fuzzy there.
Okay, so let's go ahead, guys, and we'll dive in here.
There's a lot of characters. To talk
I didn't
about
ask Anne-Marie or myself because you guys kind of know what we thought about it, right?
Right.
So
we quit our show.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that's how we thought about it. Exactly. What show?
What show? This is Legends of Gotham. We're just talking about doing a Once Upon a Time special this week. That's all.
Oh, it's really turned into that now, hasn't it?
No, but let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and start talking some characters, and I'll just go ahead and open this up to the floor as we run through these. Now this first character, I really split it up into two different characters because in my mind it was two different characters. First up, we're gonna talk Dark Swan, Dark Emma Swan.
Dark Swan.
What did you guys think about that? I will say right off the top, my one hot take on Dark Emma Swan is that she never really went dark.
Yeah,
She was not dark enough to be considered the Dark Swan.
To me, she was on the brink of being dark, but never actually turned dark. Like she was always on the edge, but never went over the edge.
Snow killing Kara was darker.
Yes.
Yes.
But to be fair, I feel that was the point, that Emma was the one person that could hold back the darkness.
But then they shouldn't have had that clip at Comic-Con last year.
Exactly.
That they didn't include.
Well, that they did not include at all. I felt like, to me, Dark Swan was basically flat pop.
Is that clip at Comic-Con even canon?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
It probably isn't, but it should have been. Like, that's what everybody was expecting.
Yeah.
So they set everybody up to see her be really evil, and then not.
Not
She
at
was
all.
just greedy.
Really,
The thing is,
You think she was
people
greedy?
never realize where they're going.
Yes, she brought Hook. She saved Hook by making him a dark one because she just couldn't let go because dead is dead. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I have a point to make about
Harping.
that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Go, get it.
Should I say it now?
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, honestly, I think anybody in that position, if it is the love of your life on the line and they're dying, I'm sorry, but I think anybody in that position would do whatever they could to save that person's life. Anne-Marie, wouldn't you save Bill's life if you could? If he was dying, if there was a
Not if he-
text.
Not if he said, "Let me die. I don't want to live like that."
I agree, but hey, if you've been in the same predicament as Regina has been in, and she's lost two loves of her life. I mean,
3 if you count Graham.
3 if you count
That was
Graham.
so not love.
Don't
Right.
count
No,
Graham.
Let's not go there, okay?
There was no love. That was a fling. That was a.
That was mind control, but we won't go there.
Yeah, like, that
I
was a
always
definite-
thought she just didn't really know how to love at that point in her life, so she was just controlling him.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I definitely feel like I see Liz's point though that if you love someone a lot, even if it might go against their wishes, you might be very tempted if you have that kind of power at your fingertips to do that, to do what she did. Mm-hmm. But I also feel like after he died and he went to the underworld and everything, that was probably the limit where it became completely unhealthy. Like
Yes. Like
I'm gonna take my child to the underworld because this is a healthy relationship with
my child and my parents and my new kind of friends. Like
and Robin.
She wanted to go by herself. They all convinced her that they wanted to come along, and I've been saying from the beginning that I don't see the problem with trying to save Hook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see a big problem at all with trying to save Hook at all. I mean, but I don't think we needed Emma and company. I think we just needed Emma, Regina, and then maybe Rumple. All 3 people who have powers.
Why do we need Rumple? He's just
Because
messes everything up.
22 episodes.
Because he's a main cast member. Why? Something to do. Oh wait, Belle.
Oh, no, you know what? We're not going to get into Belle. I'm sorry.
We'll get to Belle later. We'll get to Belle later. Okay.
Well, I think. Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, for me. Oh, hi.
So since Henry went down to the underworld, if Violet were ever to die, does that mean he'll think it's okay to go after her in the underworld?
That's exactly what it means. This is a parent setting a bad example.
Yeah, except for, like, I don't like Violet. I'd rather it be Grace Hatter, but that's just me. I've never liked Violet. I'm just like, it's like when they introduced those new, like, pet animals for the princess lines, and Jasmine has this new, like, pet kitten, and I'm like, what about Raja? Why was this, like, new little girl? That's how I kind of feel about Violet, is, like, you know, Grace is Raja, and this girl is this new, like, trampy.
Well, to be fair, he is a teenager. I mean, what teenager has a crush that lasts more than 6 months anyway? Very few. Very few.
And honestly, I think if Sebastian Stan stuck around long enough to, you know, carry on being the Mad Hatter, I can see Henry and Grace being together if they stuck around. If
that's not going to happen since J-Mo is his ex. So.
That was the only reason as to why Grace is no longer even on the show, period. She's not important, and who she's affiliated with is not important right now. At all.
Yeah, because they couldn't exactly have Grace on there. Oh, Grace, where's your dad? Oh, he's off, in New York City fighting Captain America.
But they do that with Violet. Like, my dad is this guy from...
But we hadn't really met, like, he wasn't a main character.
Yeah,
we didn't know
he's
him.
in the town, and we know, we don't have to see him. We know he's in the town somewhere.
Yeah.
Where's Jefferson?
Okay, I'm calling new character.
Okay, call new character.
Oh God.
Regular Emma, a.k.a. Whiny Swan, as I like to call her.
Talking about that, I'm sorry.
A.k.a. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we kind of were already talking about that, but
I'm so excited.
Any other thoughts to add on this iteration of Emma Swan that is less heroic than I would say any season prior?
She was the woman cutting down apple trees in season 1.
Right.
Where's that Emma who looks at Cinderella and goes, "When the world punches you, punch them back in the face"? Like, where's that woman? It's not. She's not there anymore. Hook should be like not dragging her down. Like, I like Hook and I like Emma as characters, but not together, because I think together both of their characters have become drabby. They've fallen into that lover main character trope kind of thing. Like, Hook's become boring since he's been with Emma.
Well, then you're not going to like my theory later.
Yeah, Amy theories. I love it.
Nice. Okay. Well, I think we've talked through Whiny Emma pretty well anyway. Why don't we go ahead and move on to Hook? Hook, who I think had the most epic journey this season of any of the characters on the show.
This is the best season.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
When he was
I'm wearing my Hook jacket. I'm representing.
Greetings from Storybrooke. Greetings.
Yeah.
Nice. I should have worn a greetings.
I know. I didn't even. I literally just grabbed something random out of the closet.
We did last week.
I got you. I got you, girl.
I still have to go buy mine. It's at Mr. Gold Shop.
I will let you know they run big. They run big, FYI.
Well, those are the old ones. That's not the new one.
Well, fine.
I'm just saying it.
You have one of the limited edition.
Yeah, you have a limited edition one.
Yeah, it runs big.
Can you guys sell that again? So we can all have the limited edition.
We can't reopen that. Because we didn't make the money off of those.
Well, plus you need to sell like I think 25 to get any of them coming through the mail. So, but Hook.
Hook to me was just like the basic, center of everything, with him getting his new poster with his apple and stuff. But I don't think, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on.
Okay, Bobby, what did you think of Hook this season?
I didn't see the turn coming when he turned evil Hook. Okay,
right.
I've got to say that before, when we did all these roundtables, like, I used to sit down and watch every episode through again.
Oh my!
Why?
I said, "Oh my! Oh my! That's dedication, sir."
Why?
Why, Bobby? Why?
You do that to yourself.
That's not a good sign if that's how we think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is this season I didn't.
Right.
Because, I don't know. Like I said, why would I do that to myself?
Did anybody else sit down or work from the notes and you're like, what happened in season 5A?
Right.
I had to look up. I was like, what are these episodes even called? And all I got to was like, Canadian bootleg and scary.
Well, like when they started bringing up Nimue and everything earlier.
Right.
I didn't create a Hulu account just to remember the first half of the season.
Yeah.
I still don't remember I can't remember anything from the last half of the season, let alone the first half of the season.
Right.
I have to delete that Hulu account before they charge me.
There's a thing called the Once Wikia, Elizabeth. Once Wikia. But Bobby, what do you think of Killian?
What did I'm sorry, say it again?
You were supposed to talk about what you think about Killian.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, okay, I didn't see the dark turn coming, so I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I like Hook as a character. Like I've said, I don't see why you guys had a problem, why anyone had a problem, because it wasn't just you guys. It seemed like it was pretty much, all over the board that, they should have let him die, and I didn't see a problem with that. And then, I don't know, I like the character, but I kind of see what Hope's saying about, like, him dragging, or her, I guess the two of them dragging each other down. I can't remember enough of the season to make up my mind, guys.
It's fine. I can't remember anything that happened earlier this afternoon.
I barely can. Please take that off.
Okay.
You guys were talking about how, and no one could remember the beginning of the season. The other night when y'all emailed us the doc.
Uh-huh.
Hope and I were in there at the same time writing down our responses to everything. We were both just talking to each other and saying, "Oh, great! I can't remember anything." We were talking
Exactly.
The once wiki just to remind us of everything that was going on.
I feel like. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like as a format, the
half-season thing is
the
stupid.
half-seasons, it was cool the first time they did it with Neverland and Oz.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like it should have been, one season we did this experimental thing, and now we're going back to the season-long arc, because it definitely, I feel like it makes it hard for them to get any traction with any storyline, because they don't have enough time to develop it, so they end up I can't say that on the show.
Half-button it?
Half-button.
Half-button it. That's how we do it in the South.
For like 24 characters, and
well, bless their hearts.
There's never any time for it to build out and kind of develop.
Yeah.
Because especially since they brought back Merida and King Arthur at the end, I think it being a whole
dumb.
Well, no, being a whole season, if they had woven that together and maybe killed Arthur sooner, so Arthur was in the underworld the entire time. They could have had an entire season of weaving, if they would have brought Merlin into the underworld.
Yeah,
yes.
That'd be part of it, and have them away and all the Dark Ones in the underworld. But had that in a whole season, that would have been freaking awesome. But no.
But if they to do that, they would have had to realize what they wanted to do at the beginning of the season, and that's never the case.
They had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it that the underworld was only supposed to be a minimal, a couple of episodes? It wasn't supposed to go on this long. Yeah. But I don't know. Did they get a good reaction from the red filter or something?
I don't know, but because I was actually more hoping that Regina would have been the savior by the end of the season, because how they were setting her up early in Camelot.
Yeah.
They did a lot of setting off things, and to be honest with you, I mean, the way that the producers produced the show and to bring in some new ideas, as far as the Dark Swan or Camelot or anything like that, any type of big bad, they put them up so much high of a pillar that when the season actually comes to play, it's all watered down and pop, how Dark Ember was. I mean, it just doesn't seem right. They didn't bring enough oomph to the party, I mean, and to be honest with you, with King Arthur coming back to that one actual episode when he got killed, actually reminded me that, oh, wait a minute, 5A was about Camelot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I actually really enjoyed him coming back though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be my favorite episode that King Arthur was in, was the one where
when we killed him?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that it was a really interesting idea to have the kingdom that he was prophesied to rule over and fix be the underworld. I thought that was a really interesting story, but they gave it all of 5 minutes to happen.
If that. Yeah.
I just thought it was funny that's how they decided to end Arthur.
Yeah.
But Guinevere's still running around
dead.
Storybrooke somewhere.
No, she went through the door. She's back in Camelot.
She.
Along with a whole bunch of people, but we're not really sure how many people or who went through that door. It just looked like Camelot and the Merry Men.
What were you saying though, Amy?
That door was so convenient.
Wasn't it? Gotta love a portal. Wait, I need a portal to go to Cleveland.
Your microphone's now a portal.
My microphone is a portal.
Hey, I think we interrupted Amy though. Amy she was going somewhere, I think. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just saying that it was just seemed convenient, tie like this, like they heard the fans or something saying, "Oh, hey, they never tie up any storyline." Well, here you go. Here's Arthur. We killed him. His storyline's over.
Same thing with Yoda.
Exactly. I agree.
So that's how it kind of ended.
And that's what the portal was too. Look, we're sending Camelot away, and we're sending all of Storybrooke away, so you can't complain about all the characters not being in the show.
Yeah.
I swear, if they keep coming up with these portals out of nowhere, soon enough there's going to be nobody left in Storybrooke.
There is nobody left in Storybrooke.
I thought all the characters Forgotten Character Island was in Storybrooke now.
But it's not. But who? He said I brought all my friends and there was no one there. He had no friends.
That's because they haven't cast whoever's going.
They could have done some shadowy figures in the corner. Give them a cape. They've got all those Dark One capes lying around from their minimal moment.
Hold on.
God,
a shadowy figure like a big furry guy with big ears.
Yes, those exact same Actually, that one would probably work pretty good here.
I hated that episode with all the Dark Ones because they were so useless.
Yeah,
they were like saying it was like you thought they were going to be so much more useful than they turned out to be.
Yes.
And I don't know how else to phrase that because it was just like a waste of money, a waste of time, a waste of an episode.
Yep.
It seemed like an epic moment, and then it kind of epically failed.
The chat room is
so menacing on the preview when they're all coming at them, and then you get in the episode, and you're like, no.
Nope. Well, the chat room's throwing out the Dopey's still a tree because we never solved that from episode 2 of season 5. So there's like hashtag save Dopey going on over there.
Yeah. I just imagine because they kept leaving Storybrooke, so can you see them like driving out of Storybrooke and then Brooke and having to swerve around the tree right past?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, just to be honest with you, I mean, it was great also to see Stealthy get his happy ending because
that was nice.
Great.
That was nice.
He wasn't a main character at all, and then to turn around and say, "Oh, look, you were jealous of your brother. Here you go. Here's your happy ending." That's how I feel it's going to happen to Dopey sitting out in the middle of the road. We're just going to sit there and say, "Oh, snap! We forgot about Dopey. Here's a
They just drove by a tree in the middle of the road. That's nothing.
Okay, so what did everybody think about Robin Hood?
Oh, look, Bill's trying to bring it back to real thing.
And his dad.
Did you see what Sean tweeted out? Like, someone wrote a really nice feed article about him as a person, and I was crying by the end of it because Sean is the best person. He smells amazing. He's the nicest human being. He loves his fans. He always stands up against bullying against his fans, and they shafted him. He is the Will Scarlet of season 4, the Belle of season 3, the
Belle of every season. Are you kidding me? Belle slept half of this season and ended it in a little box.
The Ruby of season 2 and the Archie of season 1. Like they have too many main characters in this show to actually focus on all of them, and you could tell
Honestly, I've gotten to the point where they're trying not as the main character now. That means their character is probably going to die soon. Because it seems like anytime they have a main character that, they're going to die in a couple of episodes.
Except Zelina.
Except Zelina. Made a main character of season 3 and then he died in season 3.
Yeah. You don't actually want to be a main character on this show.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, what if you have a baby?
Necessarily, if you're one of the core.
Yeah, you don't
but they're the OG.
Original main cast members, then you're safe. If you're one of those core ones, if you're a cast member that's brought in as a main character, then you have a chance.
If you have a young child back at home that you're trying to freaking provide for, yeah.
But I'm sorry, Hope, but another example of this would be Will Scarlet. He was.
Don't get it started! Don't get it started!
Yeah.
This is season 5, not season 4.
Season 4 is in the past.
Oh my
You
god.
guys, I finished my cross stitch of the Wonderland cast at Comic-Con.
Nice.
Yay! So speaking of Will Scarlet, I'm gonna mail it to him. Don't tell him. Nobody tell him.
Yeah, he's
Guys.
definitely not watching.
Coming through the door right now, Will Scarlet.
There would be such a better choice. Never mind.
I know.
But-
Will Scarlet, though, one more thing. I'm surprised. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I feel like he should have been at Robin's funeral at least.
Yeah, it also especially
it was just
like
basically
Adam and Eddie were actually saying when they had that long interview where they were like answering like fans' questions and like this is why we couldn't have Ruby Slippers come back because they both have like different like conflicts and stuff. They actually said that something they want to answer in season 6 is Anastasia and Will, and I'm just like, don't you mess with my heart, Adam and Eddie. Don't you mess with my heart. Don't you do that.
Don't you promise the power couple of OUATIW and try to bring them in here and y'all didn't. Y'all screwed up everything else with it, so don't break our heart. Don't do this to us.
I think Bobby Hoops and I would just have a conniption together if suddenly, like, the Wonderland cast just busts into Storybrooke and they take over the show. Like, the three of us would just be like, yeah!
I would be right there with you.
I would go, yay!
Tony, high five.
I'd live tweet it. I'd be like, wow, that was cool.
Hey, speaking of live tweeting, actually, I'm so happy to say that Granny had live tweeted me with her about her lasagna being in
Nice!
So
Nice.
So,
Oh, we love her.
That was great. She live tweeted me twice, and you know, if nobody else on the cast ever does that.
Yeah, nobody likes our stuff either. Don't worry.
Actually, the entire cast always like live tweets because they all live on the West Coast, so they always live tweet the West Coast shows.
Oh, went over in the chat room says that she would start watching again if the Wonderland crew showed up.
Nice.
Yeah.
And she bowed out about 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's see here.
Moving right along.
Okay.
Where are we?
Characters. I'm kind of skipping through this list of characters.
I think that's a good idea because we've already been going 45 minutes.
Let's talk some of the new characters that came in this season. Let's
Send
talk
him
about Merlin and...
Send him away.
Nimue.
He's beautiful.
Wait, what did you guys think of Merlin and Nimue?
He's like milk chocolate goodness. He's gorgeous. Like I want to make like hot.
Oh,
cocoa.
here we go. Here we go.
Hot cocoa and cinnamon.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, like it was.
Oh, hope.
We lost hope.
We lost hope. Oh, I thought Brittany was great.
And he dances and he sings.
Okay, can we stop objectifying Merlin and talk a bit more about his character, please?
His character died like a punk.
decimal.
His character died like a punk.
Yeah.
Character
He, just like everything in Camelot, was wasted.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Exactly. It was a waste of space to bring him in, and he was such an amazing character with his progression and everything. To me, actually, he seemed kind of evil for a second with the when they freed him from the tree. I was like, oh snap, are we getting ready to get a 360 Merlin? Is he evil? Blah blah blah. All that. I mean, like, I was so excited for his coming out of the tree, and I was so glad that it wasn't drawn out on how they do everything else. You know,
Yeah.
I really
That's the only thing they didn't drag out.
I thought him and
They
Belle
dragged out everything.
everything else.
I thought him and Belle were gonna fall in love.
Ooh, that would have been fun.
That would have been great. I mean, you know.
See, we're still Team Bumpy.
Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy.
Bumpy.
Yes.
But Liz, what did you think about Merlin and Nimue?
Samurai.
I really liked that episode where they explained Nimue and her background and everything. It was a really good episode. I really feel it was sad how she was just so tempted by the darkness, and I'm thinking Star Wars right now, and I don't know why, but yeah.
Come to the dark side.
Sam,
Don't
worry.
Like, that's what happened. She felt the calling, but it was. She felt the dark side, but okay. Anyways, so I don't know. I just thought I can't think now.
Put down the wine glass, Liz. Put down.
No, pick up a second wine glass. You almost have it together. You just need like one more glass of wine, maybe 2.
Would you like some water?
I had lots of water before.
She's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, let's see. Bobby, what did you think about Merlin and Nimue?
Well, like I said, I thought most of it was wasted. I loved the actor. I loved the way he was portrayed. And Nimue, I mean, I kind of felt like we all saw that coming, as far as being the Dark One.
What did you guys think of the revelation that magic originally came to the realms via the Holy Grail, which Merlin found many years ago?
That's a useful item that they love using.
I'm surprised they got religious on us.
Yeah, but
a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, and if that's the case, like, okay, if that's how magic came to the realms, then where did that magic come from?
I think the magic was always there.
Well, why did it have the Goblet of Fire as
That's all.
I thought the evil one looked like the Goblet of Fire, or at least when it was shooting out magic.
Smaller, and smaller too, because remember, Amy, it was just as tall as the students. Or on some mount. But I mean, like, I saw the episode last night, and that's what was one of my points with the magic first coming to the realms. But my question to you guys, I mean, when he said that this came from the gods, do you think he was talking about the gods of Olympus? Maybe Olympus just sit down this chalice, or somebody bumped it off of a table and said, "Oops."
Here you go.
There you go. I've talked about this in the podcast, but I have the feeling that they're building towards, the gods, or I don't know, maybe even someone above, like the classic Greek gods and everything, has been manipulating the course of the entire series, maybe like Blue or someone.
We don't we also know that, like, Rumpel has Thor's hammer, so are there Norse gods out there?
Right.
That's
very true.
I have a question about Nimue.
Okay.
Yeah, like in Rumpel's house, like in the background, Thor's hammer is like on one of the pillars.
Oh yeah, and it's been there for a while.
Yeah, it's been there since like season 1. It's in Rumpel's mansion.
I'm oblivious.
I
saw it.
Well, it's been forever ago too.
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
I have a question for the panel about Nimue, and I want to see if anybody can answer this. Merlin said to stop Darkspawn and all that great stuff. They needed to find Nimue. Did we ever get an answer of how she was going to help them stop anything? Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss that.
No, I thought by the whole Excalibur thing was the answer.
The what was it, Liz?
No, I thought. Okay, I'm trying to remember because I haven't watched it in a while. But I thought that Nimue was helpful because. I'm trying to remember it. No, I'm sorry. My brain sucks tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I think that's the perfect answer right there.
Okay,
yep.
It's not the one, I swear. I thought that she was like helpful because she was the original Dark One, so they needed her for her power.
Or yeah, there was something where. Yeah, because she was the original one, she could do something to help reverse it or something. Or if they I remember there was something, but it was really dodgy, and they kind of dropped it, if I remember correctly.
They dropped
it. Okay. Does anybody else feel like they just put a bunch of plot lines on a dartboard and just like throw darts at it?
A little bit.
Okay,
the chat room.
The Dark One of Nimue and Underworld.
They are throwing out in the chat room that Thor is Hercules' uncle, right? In some Marvel-ish world. I don't speak any of these languages here.
In Marvel comics, but not in like actual mythology.
Hold on a second. In Marvel Comics, Thor is Hercules' uncle?
I don't know. Guest 56538, whoever you are, says in Marvel, Thor is Hercules' uncle.
That's the first I
think that's the other way around. I think Hercules is Thor's. Thor's, because Hercules, I think, came before Thor. I remember.
Yeah, but that would be
I had to take a mythology class in college, and last I checked, Thor was the Norse god and Greek/Roman.
Yeah,
but they're both characters.
I think Thor is Rumpel's stepbrother, and
Can we have also characters that aren't like tied in and related to like the core cast?
No, I don't think that's actually. I think that's part of the reason they brought in the land of untold stories was so
to
they
get
could
some literally new blood,
get some distance. There was a lot of
intermingling.
Yeah, intermingling. A lot of inappropriate relationships about to happen. They needed to get some new blood in there to keep the bloodlines pure.
Hercules!
I have a question. I mean, like, seeing as how we're talking about with Thor's hammer and the gods and everything, I saw a picture with Hercules and Ariel together. It kind of made me thinking, like, with their mythologies, like with like Ursula being the daughter of Poseidon, which Poseidon is, isn't he?
He's a great guy.
We should have gotten a whiteboard.
Well, there's some. I know there's I'll have to find it. Maybe put it in the show notes or something. But there's a timeline out there that kind of like lays all of the Disney animated films out in a proper timeline and like takes place. This takes place in this part of the world. This takes place in this, and part of the connection that they use for it is the fact that Scar has been turned into a carpet on the floor of like Hercules. It's in the Hercules movie.
Yeah.
So that's and then there's we've talked about before like the Tangled and Frozen connections and everything.
Yeah.
It's like this big like mega idea of Disney and everything.
It's like the Pixar theory, but with Disney, which is a fantastic theory if you ever read that book.
Okay, so we're going to wrap up here because we touched on Hercules. I think we've actually spent more time on him than the show did, and we spent hardly any time on him.
That's true.
But do you guys have any thoughts on all of the returning characters we got in the Underworld? The Blind Witch, Cruella, all those people.
I actually like Milo.
I loved Mila. Yes.
I've grown so used to her.
James.
The fight between James and the two brothers, that was awesome. That was everything I wanted more.
The only thing is I just wish we kept them more than the like one-off episodes because I wanted to see the fallout of like them fighting and then having to have a conversation and Mila staying like Mila and Hook doing each other and then Cruella coming back with amazing. Like Cruella is amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
I hate Cruella. I don't care.
I love the fact that Mila had said that line. So you dated my son, and now you're dating my ex-lover.
That was the best.
That was beautiful.
That's the show.
That was the show. That was basically what they needed. Yeah.
That's how you describe Once Upon a Time in one sentence.
Yep.
Yeah,
Everybody's related / dating. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
Just think of oh my god.
I think we came up with the new tagline.
Can we also throw out that Hercules was actually not Hercules, Hades. Hades was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
minus that hair.
Yeah,
minus that horrible CGI hair. Thank God we stopped after the way.
That CGI hair was Sean McGuire's paycheck.
That hair really made me want to just X-Men myself every time I saw it. Like, okay, come on, please. Do you have to do the hair this week, please?
Yeah.
They stopped doing it. Finally.
I kind of felt that every time he blue-haired, it was like a representation of him getting angry or something. Like,
that's what it was supposed to be.
Or him trying to intimidate somebody.
I took it as an adult reaction when a man loves a woman.
I see. I didn't read it that way.
Like, I'm Hades, god of the underworld. Let's make a deal. And then his hair would light up.
Then why did his hair flare blue when he was making that deal with Liam on the ship?
Because he was making a deal and he had the power of the moment.
Oh, okay.
I think he had to show Liam that basically, I'm not someone who you're not supposed to be messing with, and he's like, just out of nowhere, just to show that, hey, I'm the guy,
Yeah, he wasn't bad. He kind of went out like a punk, I thought, but he wasn't bad.
I hated his being so bad.
Yeah, he is. When it comes to the Olympian God Crystal thing, I think my friend my best friend's husband watches once, and he really doesn't like it, so he's super critical of the show. And he said when a show gets to a point where dead does not mean dead anymore, you have to make the super uber god crystal to actually kill people, and that's a ridiculous thing.
It was funny though, because when Zelena went to go stab Hercules, I kind of felt like it was coming. So
you mean Hades?
You mean Hades, not Hercules?
Hercules went on to a better place.
Right, Hercules.
Anyway, I wasn't fast enough on Twitter, but I was about to like type something like, she's gonna stab him! She's gonna stab him! But it happened before I could actually get it.
You know, as much as we've talked about like this being like a season for Hook, this has also been a season for Zelena. Like this is I never liked Zelena in the Oz arc, but I actually really am happy they brought her back. She's had a really good season too.
I really agree with that.
She had to be the best Wicked Witch besides the original.
Zelena is having the best season ever.
I just want to say about.
Nice.
I just wanted to say about Zelena that like I always hated her. Like Hope was saying, I hated her like originally with the Oz, but then this season I didn't really care about her, and then she had the redemption. Like her sisterly bonding. That was like such a great moment, and I never thought I wanted her to have a great relationship with Regina, and then now they have it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that.
They gave her stuff to do other than just be like, Wicked is always evil, guys.
See, I'm of the opposite opinion. Like, I really liked her because she was one of those characters who was just like completely, leaning into it bad and evil, and like Pan. It's one of the reasons why I always really liked Pan, because
I'm so sad he's completely gone.
They were both as bad as they want to be,
bad as you want to be.
Yeah, and I really appreciated that about them. It kind of I mean, I know a lot of people liked it, but the whole redemption of Zelena thing kind of disappointed me a little bit.
It was the redemption I didn't know I wanted. That's how I say. I'm like, I never wanted it, and then it happened, and I kind of liked it, and I didn't want to like it at all. We know that I didn't want to like it. But okay.
I have stuff to say about the redemption arc later.
Okie dokie.
Fair enough. Sorry.
We get there.
I definitely agree with Anne-Marie. It's the redemption I didn't know I wanted.
Yeah.
I like that she's still kind of evil too. Like I feel like if they need someone to kill a person, she'd be like, me, I'll kill the guy.
I volunteer as tribute.
I'll cut a witch.
I'll cut a witch.
Okay. All right, guys. Now we should probably get on to our main discussion points.
That was not the main discussion point?
That was not the main discussion.
That was our intro.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna run.
Like an hour.
We're gonna run down the line here and ask a few.
Make it quick.
Questions.
Make it snappy, folks.
Okay, first off, favorite episode. I got to go with Birth, the one where Emma resurrects Hooked with dark magic. It's a great Captain Swan episode, mainly due to the conflict between them, I thought. And the first hint that Emma is at risk of going completely dark when she's presented with losing. It kind of the first time you really see that weakness in Emma, that she can't lose the battle or else she completely goes, completely off the grid.
Just like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
But Anne-Marie, what was your favorite?
Well, as we were talking about earlier, I had a really hard time remembering all of the different episodes. So my quick scrolling of all the summaries helped me remember that I really liked Dreamcatcher with the whole Emma and Regina freeing Merlin from the tree and all of that shenanigans. And we had the heart of Violet and all of the sad Henry when Regina wasn't good enough type of stuff. I enjoyed that whole little situation. And I like Dreamcatchers.
And you like
Neil.
Neil.
Got really quiet.
That's better than stupid
We're
Henry.
listening.
Yes. I know. Well, it's been very loud tonight. I like it.
Okay, Hoops, what was your favorite episode this season? Hoops.
Hoops.
No,
Hoops.
I think we're all muted. I keep muting each other.
Okay, I'm sorry.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I had to go get my dream character because
Oh, you have a Dreamcatcher there? Nice.
Love it.
I keep my memories, in it. Anyway, so basically, as I also too was scrolling down in the points that Hope and who else did it early? Amy. I had thought of it being with if we're talking about both half seasons, I would have to say with 5A being episode 7 with Nimue. Like I said earlier, I love the backstory. And how Merlin got his powers, and also how I mentioned how I thought that when he mentioned the gods, I thought that he was talking about the gods on Mount Olympus. And then with 5B, my favorites were Souls of the Departed Sisters. I love Neil's small, return to.
Yes, that was lovely.
I really just love that all of it. And then as soon as we got down to the underworld, I just loved how Snow cannot tell the difference between her dead brother-in-law kiss to her husband. How could you not do this?
Oh no, she knew the difference, but she didn't. Like, he came out of nowhere. Well, it took her a second because somebody randomly walked in and kissed her.
No, I mean, like, I thought that she noticed when he mentioned something like, "Oh, so my brother's in town" or something like that. It's just like, James. She was rather late doing it, but I mean, and also with Sisters, with having the reunion of Cora and her daughters back. Those have got to be some of my favorite episodes of season 5.
Did you see James and Tiny and all the black leather? I mean, I want to see James too for an extra hot second.
Okay, Liz,
I wonder which brother's the better kisser.
James.
It looked like it.
So is the bad boys.
Depends on the day. Sometimes you want tenderness, sometimes you want a tongue shoved down your throat. All depends on the day. Okay, so Liz, what were some of your favorite episodes in season 5?
I agree. My favorite episode was Birth. Mm-hmm. I just rewatched it earlier this morning, and for reasons I already said earlier about Emma and how she was trying to say Hook and everything, and her reasoning for it, that's how I feel about it. I agree or disagree, but, I really think that she was in a corner, and she did what she had to do. So, but going to the underworld, okay, we're not talking about that. Okay, anyways. But, yeah, Birth was my favorite episode. I just thought it was a really compelling episode from beginning to end. It was just all good. And I remember originally watching it, being on the edge of my seat, going like, "Whoa, what's gonna happen?" And then the reveal that Hook is, a dark one. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
There were so many shocking kind of character choices in that episode. They at the same time felt very true to the characters, and it was just a very interesting episode, for sure. Okay, Hope, what about you?
Sorry, what did I say? Okay, so I separated them between like 2 seasons because they really are just 2 seasons. So I'm with everybody with Birth, and because that was a great episode, and revealing that Hook was dark one. But for 5B, it was a little bit harder because I actually really liked a lot of moments in the underworld. So it was a toss-up between the brothers Jones because I really like Killian and Liam, and Killian's like a character I like, and Devil's Due, having the Mila come back, that was such a good episode.
I did like that.
Our Decay, because the whole Zelena Hades thing was incredibly intriguing, and I was like, I like this couple together, but I don't know if they're playing each other. So to me, they were an incredibly intriguing couple, because still to this day, I don't know how much Hades loved Zelena or was tricking her.
Yeah.
Because there is a true love kiss, but that's also his realm, so maybe true love kisses work differently down there.
Yeah.
So I just thought they were incredibly intriguing. So like those were probably my top episodes, all of it.
Ooh, there's some noise coming from someone. Someone was typing, I think.
And then you're going to smack your microphone in retaliation.
Oh, it's okay. All right. Very good, Hope. Let's see. Bobby, what was your favorite episode?
I misunderstood the question in the docs.
Yes, you did. I noticed. I went through and I was like, I think Bobby just did for the entire series for all of these questions.
I think that's true.
It's not a series roundtable.
I'm going to agree with you, Bobby. That's my favorite episode of all time. I will still agree with you that it's still the best episode to this day. He put hat trick, and I agree.
Thinking back, I'm gonna say the episode where she met that other bounty hunter.
Really?
I really liked that episode. That's the only thing I could think of. That's the only episode that comes to mind.
Firebird? Is it Firebird?
Firebird, yeah.
Firebird.
Yes.
Oh.
Firebird.
I love that episode. Or I don't know, love that episode. I like that episode, but for this season, I guess that ranks up there because that's the only thing I can remember offhand.
Can Bobby actually read his original answer though? Because this is a really good answer. I'm looking at it right now.
No, because we're not doing a series roundtable. We're doing a season, and not like the British series, like a season.
Oh, well, Bobby, I like your answer.
Okay, so Amy, what was your favorite episode of the season?
Birds, like everybody else. Purely because I like it was the twist. Because it was actually the one twist I didn't see coming was Hook becoming a Dark One. Mm-hmm. I kind of realized it, but not until right before they, officially said, "Hey, he's the Dark One." The other one would be, Devil's Due. I like the meetup between Mila and Emma. My only grief with that episode was that Hook and Mila never got to reconnect. So I thought that would have been interesting to have Emma, Mila, and Hook all in the same room. I wanted to see what would happen.
And
I would have paid money to see all that happen. Yeah.
And Rumple, and Graham, and Neil. And
just throw them all in there. They're all in the underworld.
And the funny thing is about that is that Rumple seemed genuinely happy to, introduce Emma and Mila. Like, let's see what's going to happen if I introduce these two.
Yeah.
It's like he thought he was doing something genuinely evil just to, just by introducing them and telling them who they were to each other. Like, hey, this is Emma. She dated our son. She's also dating your ex-boyfriend. That kind of thing.
Well, that old Rumple, he just likes to sow chaos.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? I won't get you started, but I'll keep you going. Let's go ahead and stick with Amy for a second. Amy, what were some of your favorite characters from season 2? Or season 5?
Season 2. That's right, let's just take it back. Let's take it back.
That'd be Victor Frankenstein and Gerhardt. Greg and Tamara.
No.
With those two, I was happy what happened.
Forget them.
Those two, I was glad to what happened between those two and season 3. So let's just keep.
I'm happy they died. Just say a Hook. Just say a Hook.
No.
Okay. Back to Amy. Favorite characters.
Hades, just because I thought he played the character like he would be absolutely happy about something on his face, but in reality he was being really, really evil. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very much.
And it was just the way the actor played the character. I thought he played it really well. I also actually liked Evil Hook. It was just a different side of him than, criminal Hook that we saw in the very beginning, or even, in love with Emma Hook. But Dark One Hook was pretty, interesting because, he was kind of, you can tell he was kind of wanting to embrace it. Like, it was like he stopped fighting his dark side and wanted to kind of, give into it.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with that. It was very, he did a really good job with it. It was definitely a new side to Hook. For sure.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. It was just something different, and Hope was saying earlier that it seemed like Emma was weighing him down and all that kind of stuff. Well, when he was Dark Hook, it seemed like that weight lifted, I guess.
Mm.
Okay, let's see here. Bobby, what favorite character? Not of the series, but of this season.
Hey, look, in the docs, you guys said episode of so far. It's like, well, season 5.
I copied and pasted an old doc, sir. I didn't.
Bobby, if it makes you feel better, in the email she said this was Thursday, so I went all week thinking this was Thursday.
Okay. Well,
I was like, I double checked it. I was like, I totally said Wednesday the 25th.
Okay. Favorite character of season 5. I'm
just reading I'm reading your answers, Bobby. They're great. They're great answers, Bobby. Don't feel bad.
Sorry. I mean, I guess I'll go with Hook.
Hook.
Yay.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, once again, I'm sitting here now trying to just think over like what I can remember from the past season, and
Be a rebel and choose Merida.
I liked Merida.
He's the only one who liked the Canadian bootleg, so choose Merida, Bobby.
It wasn't Merida that we didn't like. It was what they didn't do with
Me
her.
a little bit. I didn't like Merida that much.
They didn't give her anything. It wasn't
Yeah.
fair. It was a good actress.
She was
Wasted.
annoying.
Oh,
I
Thank
thought
you.
she was a little whiny.
I
Yeah.
liked
I think that
Merida.
was just the accent.
I also agree with you.
And I feel like she never had to prove herself as the bad, but they were trying to portray her as. Because anytime
No,
she
did.
ran
That's
into
very true.
anytime she ran into conflict, all of the other characters were like, "Oh, okay, well we give up
Yeah.
because you're here now, Merida." It annoyed
Yeah.
me.
And then
Yeah.
she didn't change her clothes like in like the Frozen arc.
And
She's in
then,
the
like,
same dress.
in the movie, Queen Eleanor, we all know that Queen Eleanor actually ran things. So I was like, why is your mom not doing more?
Okay, so let's see here. Hope, favorite character.
So when we first originally got Killian Jones in season 2, my issue, I've always loved Killian Jones as a character, but my issue with him is I never saw him as Captain Hook, as that classic traditional Captain Hook, because in the books and all the movies and every other iteration of him, Captain Hook is a dandy and he's a fop and like he's a very classic, beautiful, lavish man. And like Killian was never that. Like he was always just like really handsome and suave and charismatic and sexy, and he's the traditional hot guy. But when he became Dark Hook, he was suddenly that classic Captain Hook that I've wanted him to be since day one. He was lavish and over the top and dandy, and he was a foppish guy, and he was like, oh, ha, ha, ha. And like, that was the Captain Hook that I've wanted since day one. And I wanted him more, and I wanted him to be there more than an episode and a half, because that was amazing. And that was the first time I actually saw him as Captain Hook.
But that was amazing, yeah, but he was pretty much just acting like Rumple when he was doing that, you know?
But was that not, like, look at Dustin Hoffman in the movie Hook. He's the exact same. Like, he's all like, Mr. Smith, the truth is more fun.
Yeah.
And then even the classic character is very much like that too. But
yeah, so like that was the first time I ever saw Killian Jones as Captain Hook, was when he became Dark Hook, and I was very happy and pleased.
Nice. Well, Liz, I see you have a very similar answer here, but probably some different justifications. Why don't you go ahead?
I'm on the same line a little bit as Hope, but you know, I as she did, I don't remember anymore. I went into season 2, and then I just really didn't like Hook. I thought he was really annoying. He was the bad guy with Cora, and I didn't like him. I was Team Neil, and then I jumped ship, and I never apologized to Anne-Marie for that.
Yeah, it's fine. I
You
mean,
don't have to.
No, join us open shippers where you ship
We won. We don't have to apologize.
No,
we don't have to apologize. We won.
Ship it out with everybody. We have the best fun, the best parties.
But, like, you know, Hook grew on me over time, and, you know, you all know that, and I love him now, you know, and when he died, I was like, oh my god, you know, and I knew he wasn't going to be gone from the show, because I know he's the main character, and they weren't really going to kill him off from the show. I never thought that.
And his face is on all the merchandise.
Exactly. Yeah. His handsome face, oh my god. Calm down, Liz. Okay. But no, I don't want to get into the story arc right now, but I just thought his journey throughout this season has been incredible, and you know, it's been up and down for him this whole season, and I thought it was really great. So that's why he's my favorite character this season.
Okay.
Very nice. Okay. Very nice. Okay, Hoops. What about you? Your favorite character?
Well, season, well, not just for this season. Let's just say since her beginning, season 3B, season 4B, season 5. It's all been, I've all been Team Zelina all the way.
Yes.
I mean, despite her being annoying and wanting everything, and her wanting everything that her sister had, hey, I want what you got with your son. I want what you got with your family. Blah 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 blah. I don't want everything. You were just nothing but a needy little whiny girl that didn't get anything that that your sister didn't get. That's what makes her different from her impersonation of the Wicked Witch. I mean, the Wicked Witch wasn't a type of a person that was whole and complete. Just in the original Oz, she wanted her sister's slippers and things like that, and she was very evil and wicked, and I love that. I mean, so back to my notes, but I loved her performance as the Wicked Witch, and I loved her return to the show. Her coming out of nowhere and glamoring from being Marion.
Oh yeah, that was this season, wasn't it? Yeah. Was that this season?
That was last season.
That was last season.
Going into this season. But
I'm like, I have no idea anymore.
Right, it was just out of the. That's what I did not see.
Neither did the writers.
I will say that the lack of Marion in the underworld was sad.
Yeah, the lack of Marion was very sad. I mean, that probably would have made Robin Hood's role more. If they brought back Marion, because I'm pretty sure she has plenty of unfinished business. But basically, she was very wicked. I loved Zelina since day one, and I mean, every time that I go on YouTube, I go and look at her video saying, "So did you get the blood? Is that the Queen's?" The line it went as the Queen may be evil, but I'm wicked, and wicked always wins, and I loved it. I just really hated when the writers gave her, this redemption arc. I really am not becoming a fan of these redemption arcs. Stay wicked, stay evil, because you are great at it.
Well, at least Rumple's backsliding for everybody, so.
Yeah. Rumple gets a redemption arc every season and then completely squanders it the next episode.
Yeah. The underworld, he just felt evil the entire time. He was only in it for himself since day one.
That's all.
Yep.
But can I just...
Go ahead.
I just want to say for Rumple though, I was really proud that he finally admitted to Belle, "Hey, this is the man I am. Get with the program."
Yeah, that was nice.
Finally it was like, "This is who I am. Get over it or join me." It's about time you said that.
The Rumble scenes where she wasn't asleep were awesome.
Definitely.
It was nice when she wasn't sleeping or in a box.
3 of them where she was asleep were awesome. 2, there were just too many of them.
I would put my bell in a box. Step 1, put your bell in a box.
Okay, back away from the song reference. Back away from the song reference. No,
step 2. No, step 2.
It's not dirty. Step 2.
Open the box.
No. Step 2, you choose power over your bell in a box.
Step 3, the box goes through a portal.
Mr. Hyde gets the box, and now your bell in a box is with Mr. Hyde in a box.
Okay, Anne-Marie, your favorite character. Zelina, why did you like Zelina?
Because it was the redemption arc I didn't know I wanted, and I like being surprised.
Fair enough.
They actually surprised me with something, huh?
Phil, what was your favorite character?
Oh, not me.
My favorite character?
Yeah.
I don't have to answer these questions.
Yes, you do.
Okay. No, actually, in my answer might surprise some people.
He's giving me a funny look, so which means I'm going to hate it.
I spoke ill of him earlier in this episode of our podcast. But King Arthur. Yeah, I think King Arthur ended up being my favorite character in season 5 just because.
He's an idiot.
One, he had the twistiest of one's twists, where he's supposed to be the ultimate hero. He turns out to be kind of like this ultimate villain. But I really liked him because he did a lot of really awful things for the right reason. He did the wrong things for the right reason because he thought he needed to save his kingdom.
He thought it was his destiny.
Yeah, he thought it was his destiny, and he made a lot of really poor choices because of it, which made him a really interesting, compelling character. He might not have been the most noble character. He might not have been even the best villain, But I definitely feel like he has one of the most interesting motivations and backstories of any of the adapted characters they've ever done on the show. And I really liked him for that. That being said, in the Canadian bootleg, I completely hated him, like I did most other things in the Canadian bootleg. But yeah, I'd have to say King Arthur.
Interesting.
So that's it.
He's like, that's all I got, man.
Okay, I don't know who's hosting the show, but go ahead to the next question.
Okay. So our next question, did we cover everybody? I really lost track.
Yeah, we covered everybody.
All right, favorite storylines and arc, because obviously Bill's getting tired of talking, so I'm going to take over for a little while. Bobbert, favorite storyline or arc of season 5?
If you're saying of the two, I'm going to say Underworld, but I'm still going to read what I said because my favorite...
you have the phrase in there. I like the phrase.
My favorite season of Once Upon a Time was Once Upon a Time in Wonderland.
Yeah, Bobby.
They knew the story they wanted to tell.
Yep.
But as far as for Once proper, I'll say the Neverland arc because I love the introduction of Pan and the origin of Neverland, and not to mention as soon as Pan knew that Rumpel's favorite breakfast was, I screamed at my TV, "Holy crap, he's Rumpel's dad."
Nice.
Well, you know what? I think, you know what, Bobby, you've changed my heart and my mind. I think this has just transformed magically from a season roundtable to a series roundtable.
Oh, no. We're an hour and a half in!
And now it's a series roundtable.
I don't have enough rum for this.
Mainly...
Go back and answer the other question.
No, we're just moving forward.
No.
We're moving forward. We can't go back. But
unless you're in Once Upon a Time, then you can go back whenever the heck you want.
But Hope,
if you have a baby,
Yeah.
all you need is a baby.
Our memories, then we'll have to go back.
We won't know that we're going back, but we'll go back because we don't remember.
I have answered this question millions of times. Hit me, Bill.
Hope,
Yes.
how's it going? No, what was your favorite storyline in all of Once Upon a Time?
It's doing good. I'm knitting a scarf right now. My favorite chunk of Once Upon a Time of all times is from Broken to Into the Deep. That is my favorite chunk of characters. I like the fact that all the main characters are split up, so you're actually focusing on a lot of the minor characters. You get Whale's backstory, you get Jefferson, you get Ruby backstory. I like the Ruby David team up together. I like Mulan and Aurora's introduction. I like the fact that Snow is having that mommy's time with Emma, and Emma's learning the Enchanted Forest, and she's out of her element. Like, that's just one of my favorite chunks, followed by Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. I love it. You guys know me. I love everything about Wonderland, and introduced me to like Mikasaka, and I love everything about it. But the best writing is hands down season 1. That's the best writing, but it's not my favorite chunk.
That's because they tried.
Yeah. And top 3 episodes: Hat Trick, The Doctor, and
she's like, I'm rolling back.
and Pretty Little
No, break.
Where is the memory wiping curse?
Amy, favorite storyline in all of Once Upon a Time?
All of Once Upon a Time. Jeez, I only prepared for season 5. I didn't prepare.
I know.
We can blame Bobby.
Wild card.
Good job, Bobby. Way to go, Thor.
Well, okay. Starting with season 5, my favorite one would have to be when Hook became the Dark One. It was the twist I didn't see coming. And my favorite moment of season 5 would have to be when Hope and Grumpy body swapped in the episode 1. That moment where Grumpy...
Why do we always sit on the sidelines, Snow White? We're going to come with you this time.
And then they sat on the sidelines.
Nothing.
It was also my favorite moment because Lee Ehrenberg happened to favorite my tweet because I said something about loving Grumpy at that exact moment, and he loved it, so that made me happy. As the whole show goes, I'm actually thinking season 1, just because it was different. You know, the whole we forgot who we were kind of thing. I mean, now it's kind of overused, but back in season 1, I thought it was kind of great. And I really like the flashbacks of that episode and everything. Again, like Anne-Marie said, I guess they were trying.
They tried a little more.
It's what made us all fall in love with the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everything was actually a challenge.
Yeah.
They didn't have magical items.
There wasn't portals everywhere, which was like the biggest thing for like, yeah.
And I like the fact that we were guessing on who was who. Like, who their fairy tale counterpart is. Now there's no really guesswork to it. They just say, "Oh, hey, this so and so person was this, this character in the story."
There's no challenge.
Except for Mr. Hyde. That was trying to figure out who he was.
Yeah, but then they didn't try to draw that out. They
really could have drawn that out a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got the sense of that reveal very early on.
Well, see, in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I was kind of spoiled. One podcast is a spoiler section at the end of their podcasts, and the people there were theorizing that they saw the two actors behind the scenes wise, and they were saying that they had never filmed the same scene together. So they were guessing that they were Jekyll and Hyde. So I kind of saw it coming, and it kind of started making sense because I started watching the episode. But I was kind of spoiled at that point, so I kind of knew it was coming.
I kind of was also guessing Mufasa and Scar, and I'm really glad they didn't go that route.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been interesting.
The show.
Okay, Liz, favorite storyline from all of Once Upon a Time, the entire 5 seasons.
I wrote my notes for season 5, so that's what I'm going to start.
Okay.
Okay, so Hook's storyline this season was incredible. His reveal as the second Dark One was the best twist of the season, in my opinion. I didn't see it coming. Neither did my friends. He then did a complete 180, going from trying to save Emma as the Dark One and then trying to destroy her and everyone else. Then he goes back to the hero that we all know and love, except Anne-Marie. Then he died. And then the whole season, I've been on the edge of my seat, sometimes screaming at the TV. No more so than in the season finale before the Hyde reveal. I kept saying, "Who are you? Who are you?" out loud because I had no clue who he was. It was freaky, I was driving me crazy. I'm like, "Who is this guy? He is not a fairy tale character." And then he wasn't. So but that was okay. That's my arc for season 5. And then for the whole series, honestly, I can't put it any better than Amy P just did, because season 1 is my favorite too. And everything that she just said, she worded it perfectly. I can't say anything better than what she said. So
well, you finally admit that you and Amy P are the same person.
No.
If you guys do that, then me and Bobby will admit that we're the same person.
That's really true.
I didn't know that it wasn't. I didn't know.
Nice. Okay, so let's see here. We got Hope, we got Amy, we got Liz, Anne-Marie. Your favorite out of all of the 5 seasons?
I just realized that Bobby and Bill are from Crisis on Infinite Earth Supermans.
Ah!
The same Superman from different universes.
Let's see.
Am I the one that just died?
And I'm the one that came back.
My favorite thing from all of everything.
Neverland.
Definitely not Neverland. But that's okay. See, that's the thing is I hate on Neverland all day long, but I really should go back and watch it, and I'd probably love it now.
Well, I remember you really loving it when we were recording the episodes.
See, and I don't. I remember just hating it.
I feel like it.
I heard past episodes, and you kind of loved, different episodes of it.
Weird. I think I just loved the people that they were able to bring in with it, and I loved Pan. Maybe that was it. I loved Pan. I loved all of the Pan-ness.
But what was your favorite overall?
I don't know.
Come on, you have to pick.
I don't know, Neil. Wherever Neil falls into the category, I like it. I don't know.
That would be season 2 and 3.
Yep. Okay, so there you go. I like season 2 and 3.
Minus the I know your barrel fire.
Oh no! See, that is my favorite worst thing ever.
I still love that moment to this day.
Yeah,
that is still one of my favorite moments to this day because that was a very August thing to do.
It was beautiful.
I mean that so seriously, but I like the Home Office.
Okay, so you're not gonna.
I have no idea.
You're not gonna commit. Come on.
I literally have no idea.
I'm gonna give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3,
Wonderland.
2,
not Wonderland. Not Wonderland under any circumstances. Maybe I think I'm gonna go for Team Season 1.
Team Season 1?
Team Season 1. But I was really excited I remember being excited about Belle. There were good things and there were awful things of the show.
We should make T-shirts, Team Season 1.
Oh yeah, Matthew Paul in the chat room brings up another Neil episode you probably didn't like, which was his death episode.
Well, yeah, I hated that episode.
Okay, Hoops, favorite story arc from all of
everything.
Once Upon a Time.
Everything.
Everything.
I guess you said the best for last. I guess since I was the last person. But anyway,
I still haven't gone yet.
Oh, okay.
I know what his storyline is. I think.
Yes, you will. My favorite color. If that would have to be my favorite arc, would have to be before I actually go into everything else. My favorite arc would have to be season 3B. I have a big fascination with the Wicked Witch because I want to go see the play Wicked so bad.
I just saw it for like the second time. So
I saw it on YouTube and I hated it.
It's because you watched it on YouTube.
It's all YouTube's fault.
Money to see it.
But also, let me see here. Also, I have to also go with Team Season 1 as well because there was a lot of. What made me fall in love with the show. I remember when I was first asked about how did I come about the show. I remember when I would have guest starred first time on Greetings on Stuff Was Brave and True. When you guys had asked me about what draw me into the show. I mean, I'm always going to be a big fan of fairy tales and things like that. And this show, before it went all ape crap, I don't want to say the other word.
The word you're looking for is Disney.
Yes, before it went on us. This show was just so magical. It was great. The forgetting about who you were and figuring out who's who was what, blah, 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 all that. I'd have to really say that season 1, 2, and 3B are my all-time favorites.
So you like the first half of the series?
Yeah.
The first half of the series. It's nothing else to say about that. I loved when they loved in Regina's parents. I love Henry Sr. And then just Cora just as a whole. And then when they took a turn on younger Cora, I love that even more. So of all time, if I had to really grade it, season 2 would be great. And then follow season 1 and then 3B.
And then season 4 too, yes. Nova, let's see. Okay, so it's my turn now. But something Anne Marie said made me kind of curious. Since you guys have heard me talk so much about the show, I feel like you might have some interesting guesses as to what my answer might be. Anne Marie. Hope says Neverland.
Author.
Amy, what do you think my answer is going to be?
I like this game.
Well, repeat the question.
What do we think Bill's favorite story arc is?
Ooh. Anything to do with Rumple.
Anything to do with Rumple? Okay, Bobby?
Oh, God. I feel like I'm on, anyway.
Come on, you're me. This should be easy.
I know, that's why I was saying that. I feel like it's a toss-up between Author and Neverland.
Cool. Okay, Liz?
I got nothing. I'm going to go with Author and guess like Anne-Marie.
Okay.
This is going to be a red herring, and he's going to say Frozen.
Right. No, I know it's not.
I mean, it was the best arc, the best costume. No, I'm kidding. No, actually, before last year, I would have answered Neverland. So some of you were kind of right.
Yes.
But after the Author storyline, is probably my favorite thing they've ever done. I thought it was the strongest from beginning to end. I thought it had the best payoff.
From soup to nuts, if you will.
From soup to nuts. I definitely, I thought it had the best payoff in the heroes and villains two-parter, and I love kind of meta-fictional kind of stuff anyway, so it was really, it was like it was written just for me. Plus, I don't know, I think part of it also probably has to do with the fact that finale, I got to see like at RegalCon after that big whole weekend with all sorts of crazy stuff. It probably cemented it a little bit more as a positive thing overall in my head.
I can totally understand that because like when I went to what was it? I went to some con. I saw like Rebecca and like Brie and Alex from Other Side of Ones. Like that season was really when you meet those actors who play those characters, it really makes you like those because that actually one of the things that made me really start liking Zelina was meeting Bex Mader and her saying that her season 3 version of Zelina was actually her way of dealing with personal crises happening in her own life. And I was like, oh, honey, I'm scared for you right now. But still, it makes you, I think, really like those characters a lot more when you actually meet the people behind them.
I agree.
Okay, let's see here.
Is that a dog in the corner with Amy? I see a dog with Amy.
I thought it was us. I was like, who let a dog in here?
Amy does have a dog. Who let the dogs out? It was Amy.
Who?
Waiting outside my door. I kind of had to let him in.
Nice.
My dog is in the other room.
You let my dog out. He's downstairs.
Amy, say something so we can see your dog.
Finley. Ben. Yeah, he's too occupied with me at the moment.
No, he looks like a little bear.
Everyone tells me he looks like Toto.
He looks like a little bear Toto. He's Toto.
You know what? I actually did enjoy Toto and Ruby Slippers.
I see. The MVP of the episode.
Yeah, and the entire episode. So
okay, guys, we have a couple more questions in the doc with a bunch of very long answers that people have constructed. I do feel like we're already pretty long in the tooth here. So I'm gonna some lightning round, quick questions for the group. No justification. I just want your answer.
Ooh,
okay.
I like this.
And we're gonna go in the order of that you guys appear to me, from left to right.
Oh, that means I get to be first.
That means.
Next question, guys.
Look ahead.
Okay.
This could all just be coming out of his head too, by the way.
Okay, so Anne-Marie, if you could be any character from Once Upon a Time, who would you be? Go.
Snow White.
Snow White. Okay, Amy?
Any character from... Ooh. I don't know. That's a hard one.
There's a gun to your head. You have to make a decision. Go.
Crap.
There's a bottle of magic to your head. You have to make a decision.
Fireball incoming.
Emma. I'd probably be Emma.
Emma? Okay, Bobby.
Henry.
Nice. You get a good actor in there for once. Okay, Liz. Sorry, Liz, what was it? I couldn't hear you over the groaning.
I said Emma, too.
Emma. I like it. Hope?
Jefferson or Anastasia so I can make out with Will Scarlet.
Nice.
Oh, I should have said Jefferson. I'd have the hat.
But if you're the author, you can write yourself wherever the heck you want.
Okay, Hoops.
Or just
a male version of Zelina.
Male version of Zelina? I like it. And as for me, I'm going to go with Rumple. I'm going to go with Rumple because I would earn my redemption as Rumple.
No, you wouldn't.
I would do the dark one right.
Hey, be careful, Anne-Marie. Rumple threw his wife into waters.
Yeah. I can definitely see Belle. I can definitely see Anne-Marie as Belle.
This is your Anne-Marie in a box.
Have you seen this box?
Well, we have the universe boxes.
Yeah, we do have the universe box.
I don't know if I'd fit though.
Okay, character you most want to see in season 6. Go, Anne-Marie.
Neil.
Amy.
Some of us are so predictable, like me.
Season 6, I want to see... I don't know. I haven't thought that far.
Okay, fireball to Amy's head. Next.
Okay, Bobby.
Don Quixote.
Okay, Liz.
I just want to see Hook and Emma get married. Because I swear I thought I saw an article somewhere that says they were supposed to get married at the end of the season, but it didn't happen. But I thought I read it.
They did kind of foreshadow it with
they foreshadowed it with the stupid wedding dress.
Okay, double back to Amy.
That was one of my theories because of the whole wedding dress thing that they're probably going to get engaged or something. But
sorry, I
I'm gonna say the Three Musketeers
Ooh,
because I saw them in the when they went to Lost Character Island. You know, you see a group that you can kind of see doing all for one.
Yeah.
You know, all for one kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
I like it. Okay, Hope.
You know, with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde there, I want to see the return of Victor Frankenstein.
I'm not shocked at all.
Not shocked at all.
I can definitely see like a backstory where Dr. Jekyll and Victor went to school together or something. That'd be awesome.
Okay, Hoops.
I would definitely like to see Aladdin and Jasmine and an actual Avalon story, not with just Wonderland, because of how we saw the Bazaar look in the the main square of the Land of Untold
I thought this was no
Story.
justification.
Short justification.
Short justification.
Okay, as for me,
It was a very short justification.
I'm gonna split it between Tom Sawyer
Right.
and Zorro.
Yeah!
One or the other.
Picture of Moby Dick too, and the actual Once Upon a Time book.
Oh man, Antonio Banderas in the show.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Yes, please.
Yeah, give Hook a run for his money for the merchandise.
Everyone tweet that out. Hashtag Zorro for season 6. Boom.
Yeah, you know they haven't written it yet. They don't know what they're going to do.
Okay, let's see. Okay, we're going to end on a sad one.
Oh. Collective
Don't say Robin
groan.
Hood.
What's that?
Don't say Robin Hood.
Nothing.
No,
Just
No,
nothing.
it's gonna be
Robin Hood face. Robin Hood
You-
face.
Oh, I need to actually not be in the notes to see Robin Hood face. Go.
Oh.
Wow, I got audio that time.
Well, I had to do audio to get it to throw back to me. No, you guys know how I am. Like, I keep thinking of something sad, and then my mind goes really dark places. But no, I know what it was actually going to be. Anne-Marie, what are you going to miss most about Greetings from Storybrooke?
It's a greeting from Storybrooke question that
I'm going to miss the chat room. I'm going to miss you guys and all of the interaction every week. I don't like the prep work, but I don't mind sitting down and talking to everybody. So,
Amy, what are you going to miss about Greetings from Storybrooke the most?
don't make me cry.
This is because I didn't write y'all an email, right?
Yes, it
it's
is.
totally. It's all your fault.
I guess the whole, getting to talk to you guys through Google or Skype or whatever, because, I only really talk to you guys through Twitter. So, it's kind of cool to talk, semi face-to-face, I guess.
Bobby.
Like she said, I participate in your other guys' podcasts as well. So, but like this is the OG. This is this is. Before this, you didn't have. I remember calling in when you first started the podcast, or around the time you first started the podcast, and like there was no chat, there was no.
It wasn't live.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. There was no YouTube.
We didn't even have a regular schedule. We'd release on Thursday or Saturday.
Whenever we got
around to it.
We literally sat down a couple times to do, and we're like, no, we're not doing this. We'll do this tomorrow.
So I'm gonna miss. I'm not gonna miss you guys because I'll still, be contacting.
I'm not gonna miss.
And not just you and Bill.
Yeah.
You know what I meant.
We know. We know.
Contact with you guys, but like I'll miss the chat every week, and I'll miss sending my voicemails in. I'll miss Amy's crazy theories.
Tonight.
Well, we'll let you tell your theory.
We will. We'll get there. We'll get there.
And I don't know. I guess that's it.
Okay, get out of here, Bobby. Liz.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Stop crying, people.
I can't help it. I'm crying.
Aww.
Like seriously, like finding your podcast and deciding to write in that first time was like one of the best decisions I've ever made. I've made some good decisions here and there in my life, but this is definitely one of them. And you guys mean so much to me, all of you. I've met you all. Well, I've met Bill, but like through this, I've made friends, and I feel like I'm part of a community, which I've never felt in my life. So it's meant a lot to me. and I'm really gonna miss it because this is the only podcast I follow with you guys. So it's either I get into Gotham or I get into Lost or something because I'm gonna miss you weekly.
Well,
so, I love you guys.
Oh, we love you too, for sure. And it's like, I really hope that, one way or another, like, everyone from this community filters out to one of the other ones. Or
to our other projects. Like, that's the thing. We're not all podcasts. It's, with Bill's books and hopefully his pilot, if we ever do that read through that he needs to submit things to.
Yeah.
And, my blog, like there's other outlets. There are other things.
And we're still going to keep doing like the hangouts and all that kind
randomly,
of stuff too.
Yeah.
So there will be plenty of times for it. This is not goodbye. This is just
until we meet again. Anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody get it? No.
This is just a reformulating of the formula.
Yes.
I know what that scene is. I'm trying to remember where the scene is from, Emery.
The 100.
Don't know how.
It's from the 100.
Oh, I was thinking something totally different. Something really
I was
old.
thinking of a song, of an old song.
Yeah, that's what I was too.
May we meet again.
All right, Hope. What are you going to miss about Greetings?
She crying over there. She cried last week.
No, I'm knitting this week.
She made me cry last week.
Yeah.
I'm making a scarf. This is how much I got done.
She made me cry last week, and then when I re-listened to the episode, I cried again.
Yeah, because I put all my emotions into last week, and I wasn't really thinking about it this week.
Good. I don't want crying.
I am gonna miss you guys a lot because I tried Gotham, it didn't work for me. I don't want to jump back into the crazy that is Lost because I went through that once and that was enough for me. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not know Liz and Amy and Bobby and Hoops if not for you guys. I would have, I was like, hey Angel, you should come start doing this every week with me, and now it's like she's been in this fandom with you guys. Like, I met Michael Lucero, who was amazing, and like I would have, and Sage of Earth, who I haven't seen in a few weeks, so I hope she's doing well. I wouldn't have met you guys if I'm gonna miss you guys. I think me and Bobby are like, can we actually just take over the chat room? And we'll just have
You're welcome to meet every week at the same time. I mean, the chat rooms.
I was thinking like us meet Sundays when the episodes are airing and just sit in the chat room.
You could do that
with each other. Yeah.
I mean, we would probably not be opposed to popping over because we're already live tweeting and stuff. So.
Yeah, like I was gonna ask Bobby if you want to do that, but I'm gonna miss you guys. Bill, you've done so much to help me with my own podcasting. You guys don't know how many times I've emailed Bill and was just like, how do I do this? I don't know how. And Anne-Marie, you always make me smile and laugh, and your blog is so incredibly creative, and I wish I was half as creative as you are. And
I'm not even that creative.
I
I ramble.
I'm incredibly proud of both of you because as a fellow podcaster, I know what a dark hole it is when you make a podcast and nobody really responds to it. But you guys are incredibly successful podcasters, and you guys have been nominated for awards, and that's amazing. You guys are top tier podcasting of amazing, and I'm just so very proud to know you guys and to be honored to be on this final episode with you guys.
Yeah, and again, it's not goodbye. It's just let's meet down the block next week.
We can't do once upon a time anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to come to California, and I'm having a party, and everybody's invited.
I do want to
party at Liz.
I have a quick question though.
Yes.
You said this was the end of the regular episodes, so if something were to happen, would y'all do some random episode maybe?
I was going to ask the same question, is once Upon a Time actually finally ends, would you do a final episode, just recapping the entire series?
I feel like we're open to it,
but I'm not going to commit to anything.
We're not going to commit to anything. And
I think there's a better chance of us doing watch things.
Commentaries?
Commentaries is the word.
Yeah, I could definitely see a commentary popping up every now and again, but I feel like because we've made such a big deal about going away at the same time,
we don't want to do any more.
That even if there were
Anne-Marie rewatching Neverland to see if she really hates it.
Maybe I'll do a blog post or something about it like that. I'm okay doing.
But I feel like if we come back randomly, it's not going to be for a while.
Yeah, it'll be a solid 6+ months. I'm tired.
Well, we have a 3-month hiatus, so
Not enough. Not enough.
Okay, Hoops, what are you gonna miss about Greetings from Storybrooke?
Okay. Sorry. I'm actually going to miss everyone here. I mean, like, I remember when you guys were having sponsors for GoDaddy. I remember all of that. I'm sorry, my mic fell out. Okay. So yeah, I remember as far as that, and you guys are so awesome, and I was actually very honored to not only be here, but only to guest star on the 2 times that I did and everything, and you guys were kind of special, and I'm like, I just want to miss everyone here. I mean, sorry. It's just been a joy every week. You know, it's been a joy every week coming to you guys and coming to everybody else and seeing everybody, meeting them and getting to know them on Twitter here and just everywhere. Just you guys made Once Upon a Time for me even more special than how it came to be, like how it started and everything, and how I saw the trailer for it and everything like that. And as soon as I found you guys just made it a hell of a lot better for me, and I really enjoyed that. I mean, I guess there's nothing much else that I can say. I mean, like, you guys are like my one true inspiration of when I started to try to get my podcast off the ground, which was about Wonderland, and it kind of fell off in the middle of it. But I'm just gonna miss all of you guys here, and I'm gonna also attach myself to Gotham because it's on hiatus, so I'm gonna definitely catch up and listen to all of you guys' episodes, recapping each and every episode because you guys are awesome in every way.
They started before the episodes on Legends of Gotham.
We did. Well, see, that one we knew what we were doing. Yeah. We had some time under our belts. We're like, we can do this. This is how we start.
Mm-hmm.
We'll actually be doing which movie are we doing with Jared?
Oh, Batman Returns.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a special on Batman Returns with Jared Joseph this summer.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. We did the original '89 Batman last summer with them too. So.
I do have to say, like, I remember when you guys were doing the GoDaddy things, and I know you guys were making book recommendations because of GoDaddy, but I actually really missed you guys doing book
Audible?
Yeah. I really missed you guys doing book recommendations. So for Legend of Gotham, I suggest doing comic book recommendations.
No.
Well, I've done a couple of them on occasion, and like
he does on occasion. I'm like, I don't know what any of this stuff is.
Yeah. Well, that was more for that.
Okay, here, this last lightning round question, and then we're gonna get to Amy's crazy theory to close out on. I wanted to.
Who is that?
I'm not sure who that is.
Liz, I think it's Liz.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Oh,
loud noises.
A lot of noise on your end.
I had to move to another room because my computer was about to die.
Okay.
Got you.
Okay, so this lightning round question is for me and Anne-Marie. I'm going to go through everyone in here.
Oh, God.
And I want us each to say 3 to 5 words about each one of them. Okay. You ready, Anne-Marie?
I'm a little scared.
Hope in a box.
Okay, we'll go through. You go through
all
once,
of them, and then you go through
and then
all
I'll go
of them?
through all of them. Okay, so first up, Amy.
I love Amy P's crazy theories.
Bobby.
Oh, Bobby. I feel like you're part of the family.
Liz.
Oh, thank you for being the surrogate, like, co-host everything when he was out there.
Hope.
Oh, crazy Hope. I love you, Hope.
I love you too.
Hoops.
Hoops. I love everybody like brings like a whole different personality to me. Like I just love Hoops energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Okay, I guess I'll go now. Let's see here. Amy, got to go with crazy theories again, particularly about Belle's mom.
She is so an author.
Yeah. This trait has defined you.
This theory has defined you.
Never gonna happen.
Okay, Bobby, You were there the first. You burned the brightest. You slept on our darn son's bed. So yeah. So Liz, I'll never forget the weekend we shared at RegalCon.
Whoa, that sounds a little. That sounds like a little bell in the box, there, buddy.
And the In-N-Out burger for sure.
Oh, In-N-Out burger.
Okay, let's see. Hope. You're the best. Honestly, like you are going to kick some major butt someday, and I can't wait to say that I knew you win.
Oh, I say the same thing about you too, my friend.
Yeah.
Well, we can keep saying about each other all day, but it's going to make for a boring podcast.
We'll drag each other along as we go.
And Hoops, I love that you have constantly stayed in my mind, even though we took like 140 episodes off from having you on the podcast, because you constantly Skype me and randomly message me, DM me on Twitter. Please never stop doing that. I absolutely love it. I love getting
being stalked.
Hoops.
Wait, that sounded wrong. That sounded very, very wrong.
That wasn't for the stalkers. That wasn't
for the real stalkers that are out there. That was for our friends.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's see here. Why don't we close out?
Amy's theory.
Why don't you give us your crazy theory?
Hades is Lily's dad. Or not Hades.
Ooh.
Hyde.
But I liked that.
Well, that was the other theory, but Hyde. Mr. Hyde is Lily's dad.
Ooh.
It was a split second theory that entered my mind, and it was the only season 6 theory I had.
My crazy theory is that Lily's dad is Lily's dad.
What?
My crazy theory is that they'll actually remember they had a character named Lily.
Right. Crazy theory is that Sam Witwer will stop using his Darth Maul voice for Mr. I am waiting for the day for him to ask Hook to join the dark side. I
He is the dark
all
side.
of you. Okay, go to Google, type in Star Wars Rebels, Twilight of the Apprentice, and just find a Darth Maul clip, and you're gonna be like, holy freak, Mr. Hyde.
Nice. Okay, well, I think that's gonna about wrap it up.
Hey, Bill.
Yo.
Sing me a story.
Sing me a rhyme.
Sing me so it happened
Once upon a time.
If I sing a story and you sing a rhyme, it's as though we heard it for the very first time.
I don't know the real words.
I just like Amy's angry face in the background.
I've never heard that song.
I should make that my ringtone.
You should. I know, but
For the very last time?
what was that?
You said something about for the very first time, so wouldn't it be the very last time now?
Probably last
For
time.
the very last time.
Oh.
Now it's sad. But
Good job, Amy. You brought us all down.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Downside to it.
Guys, thank you so much for this amazing podcast. Seriously.
Well, thank you guys so
thank
much
you
for
guys.
coming on and closing this out, because we wanted to close it out with some of the best and brightest listeners. We're sad that some of the other people that we invited weren't able to make it, but we understand.
And
Life
we love
happens.
We love you, chat room. I know
Yes.
We love this show.
We do love the chat room. My mouse died, otherwise I'd tell you what they said, and I died.
Just a short story I want to say real quick.
Okay.
A new guy we're working with the other day, the first day I worked with him, he was like, "Oh, I've got a nickname for you." I was like, "Okay, man, what's your nickname?" He was like, "Thor." I was like, "That's your nickname."
You should just go back and be like, no, it's Thunderstrike.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to wrap up. I will have contact info for all of these wonderful people in the show notes at greetingsfromstorybrooke.com. I highly encourage you to follow them and bug them on Twitter and
Please bug
elsewhere.
them. And bug us.
We'll bug you on Twitter too.
Woohoo!
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
if you want to support them, you should check out Bill and Marie's Patreon.
Yes,
Oh,
I guess
sure.
patreon.com/universebox. Remember
To think outside.
Okay, here, guys, I'm going to play the theme music, so if you could mute yourselves.
That'd be great.
I just want to say, it's been great. It's been a great almost 4 years. We will always and forever be Greetings from Storybrooke.
I had no idea what was happening there.
I know.
No clue.
It's fine. You can dance, guys. Scene.
I totally almost Oedipus myself with netting needles. I was dancing. I was like, yeah, oh god.
Well, you got to commit to the dance. We're heading out, chat room. Bye.